Hello and welcome back to New World. So in spectacular Sims 4 fashion, my Sims 4 next gen save file got corrupted. Yes, we were on stream and we were building and renovating the lots of my save file, getting everything together and tidied up for a full release, and the game got corrupted. I got hit with the infinite loading screen on lots that I already previously had. So all of the lots that I added in were loading perfectly fine, but then for some odd and strange reason, the lots that I had placed previously were not working. There was tons of fixes and stuff that we tried to find, but we could not find the culprit. So what we're doing in this video, and for videos that are going on for the future, we are making my Sims 4 next gen save file basically together. I kept all of the Sims, but I did enhance them to give them more of an HD look. I'm also renovating worlds to give it that original feel, but just that next gen edition, that next gen feel to it. So I'm not completely stripping everything. A beautiful example is today's video. We are doing Willow Creek, and how I enhance the world actually looks really good. So if you like the content that I create, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button down below. And also I want to say thank you all so much. We're very close to 30,000 subs. We also hit over 600 people on the Discord. We also got over 400 followers on Twitch. So we're slowly building this community, and I'm very appreciative. 2025 is amazing. But before we get in this video, I have a special thanks for today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. 2025 is approaching us, and there are a lot of games that are going to be coming out next year. And why wait for a sale where you can get games at a cheaper discounted price? Yes, Instant Gaming is a platform where you can buy games at a discounted and a cheaper price, ranging from tons of games, from games DLCs, games packs, and also early access games and full games as well. You're able to now get these games at a cheaper price. You don't have to wait for sales anymore. And if you hit that affiliate link down below, I do get a small percentage of your purchase, but if you support me, it'll be a perfect way to support me and also get games at a discounted price. So it's very much an equal exchange. There are tons of games to be able to play, and also there are games that might be on sale that Instant Gaming actually does have better sales. So go ahead and hit that link down below, head to Instant Gaming and buy your games at a discounted price today. All right, so welcome to Willow Creek. Now with Willow Creek, I wanted this to have that complete 100% New Orleans feel. So as you can see, every single lot here has that New Orleans architecture. Now I really do like this world a lot, solely because when I stick to the lore inside of the game, it makes the game feel even better. So with Willow Creek sticking to that 100% New Orleans theme, the game just has a little bit more immersion to it. It honestly feels like these are the lots that are supposed to be placed in this game. It honestly feels like these are the lots that people are going to want to say, man, this feels really good. And also we're going to be doing a breakdown of Oasis Springs as well in a future video, but I'm gonna give you guys a little teaser before we get in here. So you can see with Oasis Springs, I gave it pure Spanish Mediterranean like housing. So as you can see, these two worlds are literally completely different from one another, and that's the vibe and that's the aesthetic that I wanted to go with. Now with this world, there are tons of Sims here and they all have houses. I also made it available for you guys to be able to now live in these places. The last thing I did in my save file is I made so many people live in this world. It was kind of hard for you to be able to place yourself in this. So now I gave about 6 lots that you're able to choose from, and then we have 9 other lots that these Sims live in. So let's start off with number 1, which is the most famous family that you guys know, the land grabs. Now the land grabs are Sims that have an absolute chokehold on the business and finances of the Sims 4 and pretty much all other editions of the Sims games as well. So for the land grabs, I wanted to keep that lore pure, and I wanted to keep that lore in the game. They're rich, they're cocky, they're snobs. They are people that basically, if you go and you meet them in person, they're going to basically fawn about how much money they had or what kind of new car they got, or, you know, they're talking about how they got this brand new, just all white, super expensive piano from said person. That is kind of the vibe I wanted to give the land grabs. Now it's not just Nancy, Geoffrey, and Malcolm land grab. It is now the 2 additions, Kaylin land grab and Johnny land grab. Now a pretty cool thing about Johnny land grab is the fact that they have a Johnny Zest, and spoiler, there is a Johnny Zest in this game as well. So for them getting that, we have a hidden kid out the way. They just said, no, we have a kid named Johnny land grab. All of that speculation is pretty weird. This is our son, you're disrespecting our kid basically. So whatever drama and whatever things that they had about that hidden kid, that the Landgrabs have, or that lore. Is it Don Lothario's baby? Knowing that Nancy Landgrab and Don Lothario do have a little bit of romance affair going on. Or did the Landgrabs make these science babies because they have so much money? Why do all their kids look perfect? Like, that is what I wanted to add in with these Landgrabs. Now, Caitlin Landgrab is creative, and she also loves outdoors, and she wants the inner peace aspiration. She's kind of the mellow one out of the bunch. We needed somebody to offset it. We couldn't just have 3 snobby, obnoxious Sims in the game. We needed somebody to offset the vibe. And we also have Johnny Landgrab, which is kind of lore accurate to Johnny Zest. He's a social butterfly. He's also very outgoing. So with this family, I love this aspect. I love this addition. I love their makeovers as well. So like, perfect example, Malcolm Landgrab. He has that preppy kind of jock aesthetic, as you can see, kind of that rich boy aesthetic. He has a watch right here. He's got the shoes, the kind of like the fancy looking shoes with the, I like the vibe, the messy hair, of course, to kind of fit his character. He's a messy, kind of devious, snobby Sim, and I wanted to kind of give him that mean, bad guy, evil look. Now, somebody in my comments mentioned about Joffrey Landgrab and how they kind of took the playerness out of him. So I wanted to keep that playerness vibe with Joffrey Landgrab, give him that really, really cool player look. You know, he's got the suit with the jeans on, the long hair, kind of like the cool vibe, but he also still looks like a businessman, somebody that can go and sell you a house, or go and sell you a property, or take your property and invest in it and completely finesse you out of your money. That is the vibe that I wanted to give Joffrey Landgrab. And of course, we have Nancy Landgrab in this kind of like white fur coat. I wanted to keep this. I really do like this fit. This fit is very fitting to her character. Preppy, bossy. She looks super duper mean. She looks like somebody up to no good, and that's what I wanted to make it. Now, I did give her the mansion baron trait, but that's up to you guys on how much money do you want the Landgrabs to actually make to get Nancy Landgrab to that point of where she can get that huge house. Maybe it's going to be in Deso Valley. Maybe she wants a big huge house in Sulani. Who knows? That is a challenge for you. You're trying to get these aspirations done, especially with the family dynamics being out the way. I wanted to give it that fun feel and that rich feel that the Landgrabs always had. Now, Gunnar Lozano is a painter. He's very known for making some of the best pieces in Willow Creek, also in San Myshuno as well. He's a very super duper artsy. He loves the arts, he loves the fashion, he loves romance, he loves dancing, he likes going out, he likes meeting people. He's that really, really cool artist in Willow Creek that everybody knows, everybody is cool with, everybody wants his paintings. He's basically just a cool guy of the town. He's also married to Karina Lozano. Now, Karina Lozano just wants to be a good parent. I feel like she understands and appreciates the fact that her husband is going out here doing all these paintings, taking all this time being separate in his room. So it's a good thing for her to at least want to make sure that her child feels seen, feels present, and just makes it feel like a household that no matter how distant you may seem, the child comes first. And also, I want you guys to kind of play on the vibe because they do have a close and wholesome relationship, but Gunnar Lozano does have another love interest. So I want you guys to play on that and see if he should pursue Corinna or he should pursue that other lady. It's going to be very interesting to see what you guys do with that. Also in Willow Creek, I had to add in the Spencer Kim Lewis family. Now, I really do like the Spencer Kim Lewis family. They got a cool little vibe to them. They got some lore that I actually think is funny. You have Alice's father living with her, and you also have Eric's mom living with him as well. So it's kind of like 2 married couples have to deal with their parents, and how is that going to play out? They're pretty cool Sims. I like the vibe that I gave Eric Lewis. He is a lawyer, so he is a very smart, put together sneakerhead kind of Sim. I wanted to just kind of give him that cool guy vibe, that strictly about business, all about family kind of guy, and I really do like what I did with Eric. We also have Vivian, who does care for her grandchild and just wants her grandchild to be happy and wants her grandchild to be able to live life the way that she let Eric live life, pretty much free, carefree. Everything is perfectly fine. She does have a really cool vibe with Alice, but Alice's dad, Dennis Kim, is very, very strict. He's neat. He wants everything to be perfect around the house. He just wants to make sure that everything is tidy and clean 24/7. And sometimes it can cause problems in the house because if you just leave something on the counter, you're going to get yelled at. You're going to get yelled at. Everybody in the house just gets annoyed, and you better not leave that fork in the sink with Dennis Kim, or you're going to get that Dennis Kim loud grandpa treatment. He's just a very hilarious Sim that I like to play in the game as just this annoying, neat freak of a grandpa. So I want to see what you guys do with this family as well. Also in the save file, we have the Greenberries. Now I really do like the Greenberries. They got a really cool vibe to them. The dad is a cop. The mom is a very good gardener. She loves gardening. Gardening is basically her life. She's the Greenberry. Everybody knows the Greenberries as floral plant sims. They also own their own flower shop in Magnolia Promenade. So it is really cool thing to see kind of her work get placed on that display. You can kind of go there, buy some of her stuff. Maybe get cool with her, maybe see if she can plant in your house and make your house look as floral as possible and as green as possible. The Greenberries are a really cool family. I do like their lore. They're just basically a normal family, cool dad, very hardworking mom when it comes to the plant life and loving the plant life. They have a daughter that is soon to be off to college in Kaylee Greenberry. So this is a cool family that I like. I do like their story and their aspect as well. Kind of like one of the normal Sims in the game. A cool family to meet and get to know. Next in this family is the Vermonts. Now the Vermonts is a family that lore holds deep in my heart because I think they have one of the coolest stories in the game. Anthony's dad, Kurt, is a insanely famous comedian in the sim world. Everybody loves Kurt. Everybody appreciates his comedy and how he just gives a good vibe to everybody, and everybody can just basically have a good laugh, get to know him. He's a good spirited person. His TV specials do absolutely great. But one thing is very strange about Kurt. His kids seem to always come out perfect. Now he has a son named Kurt Vermont Jr. and also Anthony Vermont is a professional all-star athlete, and also Kurt Vermont Jr. is like the next edition of Kurt Vermont. He's funny, he's hilarious, he's super duper funny. He's that guy. He's like, man, this is going to be the next person, the Bronny James of the James family, basically. And the funny lore that I wanted to put in is the fact that Kurt Vermont Jr., as you can see, they don't have a mom. And the reason why they don't have a mom is because Kurt Vermont genetically engineers his children. Yes, he is downstairs in his attic doing what they doing in the sisterhood where they make the perfect person. He has that special kind of lore, and I do want to go deeper into it and kind of add in some alien sims, maybe add in some very cool, interesting dynamics as well to kind of get this storyline as juicy as I can make it. But Anthony Vermont does have a loving household. He is married to Ava Vermont and he has a child named Tamika Vermont. They're a pretty cool family, professional athlete, cool guy, but his dad got some secrets. His dad got some skeletons in the closet, and it's up to you to kind of find out and play off. Do you want to tell the kids one day? Because nobody knows but Kurt Vermont Jr. And it just seems like Kurt Vermont Jr., the person that has the special seed, basically the special seed guy, and he kind of does bits and plays off that joke. Like it's very funny, but people are very mysterious. Who is the mom? Where is the mom? How does he have this professional athlete and it's super funny? What is going on here? How is this possible? And I think that over time, if he also has kids as well, you can probably like make these kids also have like max traits or something, or have like a completely fail baby. Like, I don't know. It's pretty fun lore to play on. Now, next is the Goths. Now, the Goths, of course, everybody knows the lore about the Goths. Everybody knows about the Bella Goth and Don Lothario thing. But what I like to do, as you've seen in my previous video, I made Bella Goth and Don Lothario very close friends. Don Lothario is engaged to Cassandra Goth. They do have a pretty cool relationship as well. Of course, Don Lothario is going to be Don Lothario. He is not a good person at all. He does what he wants to do. Him and Dina and Nina Caliente, they have their fun. But Don is engaged to Cassandra Goth in this save out in this world. I wanted to at least give that aspect. And also Mortimer hates Don Lothario's guts. He does not like him. He sees through the BS because he feels like, and he knows that he's talking to his woman. Well, his mistress. And y'all seen the other video. Y'all know who his mistress is. It's pretty crazy. Now, of course, we got our guy, Alexander Goth. He's a teen, smart kid, just very, very smart, loves to write, loves to really just lock in on his craft, and wants to become a very well-known writer. Now, the Benson family is a family that I actually think is a pretty cool family. They are stars. They decided to live out their lives in Willow Creek, have that quiet life, live in that New Orleans as life, have some fun, get some good food, some good drinks. Now, Edward Benson went from a 5-star celebrity to a chief of staff for the doctor. So he's a chief genius, basically jack of all trades sim. You gotta have one of them in the world where there's just a sim that's just so good at everything. Whatever you ask, they're always around. They have that aura. They're just walking around with the stars and stuff. It's really cool to see the Bensons. They're snobby though. They're very snobby. Nobody is more snobby than Helene Benson. Helene Benson is the snobbiest teen that you can deal with. She's very arrogant, preppy, she's cocky. All she cares about is getting the next red bottom, and all she cares about is taking the next sim's boyfriend. That's all she cares about. Helene Benson is a very snarky and very preppy sim, and I want to know how you guys play this out. I'm going to have tons of sims in this world. I'm also going to have tons of teens as well, so the high school should feel fleshed out this time around. So it's going to be cool to see Helene Benson, or you can play as Helene Benson and just go in and cause havoc. Do what you want to do. Take somebody's person, or ask the parents to spoil her, or get up the allowance or something. It's a pretty cool idea to play with Helene Benson. She's a very snobby sim. I thought it was a really cool idea to have, you know, a very well-known, respected dad, and then his offspring is just very snobby. Maybe her and Malcolm Landgrab should be together. They'll be the snobbiest sims of them all. Who knows? That's up to you to decide. Now, of course, in Willow Creek, we have our guy, the GOAT of all GOATs, Robbie Margios, the two girlfriend having, private estate owning sim that I usually play all the time. Now, Robbie Margios does own a private estate. It is basically an adult club in the middle of the neighborhood that people go to and they enjoy. Now, it is funded by the Bensons, and it is also funded by Geoffrey Landgrab as well. So it's a lot of trust being put in to Robbie Margios in this estate to get some returns on their investment. So they do have a pretty good relationship. He does have to work a lot though to make sure that those profits are met. What I usually like doing is sometimes when he makes a good amount of money, probably at the end of the week, like set a budget. Let's say like he has to give them $10,000 individually every week. Like that, it's just a good idea, right? A good idea to play as Robbie Margios, the adult club owner. Yeah, Robbie Margios is a cool guy. He's got his two girlfriends, of course. We have Briella Diaz and Shelly Rose. They both are very finessing kind of sims. They want to marry into the lineages of somebody that's rich, and Robbie Margios is going to put them in that position. But as of right now, they are the head of his private estate. They oversee things. They make sure the girls are good. They are the bosses and the CFOs and executive of Robbie Margios' CEO adult club estate. And lastly, a new addition to this is the Crowded Campus household. Now, the Crowded Campus household is the Brightchester kids have housing inside of Willow Creek, and they all stay together. Now, you have Dominic Matthews. Now, Dominic Matthews is a very preppy, cocky, party animal jock sim. All he wants to do is throw parties. All he wants to do is just have some fun and just throw all the cares away. He's also really good at sports, so it's a really cool idea to see this kind of jock play this off, see how he acts in his house. We also have our guy Avery McNeil, and Avery McNeil is a nerdy sim. Cool guy, very socially awkward though. He doesn't really know how to fit in amongst people, but all he knows and cares about is those books. He wants to make sure his grades are right. He has an A+ right now, so it's a really cool idea to play this sim and really lock in on his campus life, lock in on his academics, and basically see, can you get an A+ every single term? Can you do that? I want to see if you guys can. We also have Ali Thacker. Ali Thacker is kind of like the normal Indian cool sim. He's just a cool, normal guy. He's just in this world. You can play him, cause some ruckus in the house if you want to. He's kind of like that middle sim. He doesn't have too much going on. He's just that normal kind of sim. We also have Sophia Beckman. Now, Sophia, just like Dennis Kim, is very neat. She wants to make sure that that house is clean. Nothing is going on. Nothing is dirty. Nothing is messy. And she always has a insane amount of time arguing and yelling with our guy Dominic Matthews, because of course he throws parties. It gets messy. She doesn't like that. If you're gonna throw a party, at least have the diligence of cleaning it up so she doesn't have to clean it up. You know what I mean? So their relationship is not good at all. And to close it off, we have Daniela Wilburn, who loves to eat but is very clumsy with her food, but she is very locked in on her academics. She really wants to pass, and she really wants to graduate Brightchester, but it's going to be very hard to graduate when you're always clumsing things and messing things up in this world. And it is just an amazing save file. Now, of course, we have the Magnolia Blossom Park, which looks absolutely amazing. We also have the Willow Creek Museum, Museum. We have the Land Grab nightclub. Yes, they own a nightclub inside of Willow Creek. We also have Movers and Shakers, the gym, and we also have Willow Creek Archives, the library. So that is my Sims 4 next gen Willow Creek. How do you guys feel about it? Do you like the storylines? Do you like a couple of the additions that we added in this world as well? Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. We're almost at 30K, so let's hope we hit it. New World out.